Massive news out of the Bay Area today as the Golden State Warriors are reportedly closing in on a shocking blockbuster deal that could change the entire NBA landscape. Sources are buzzing that the Warriors are about to land a $100 million superstar from the Portland Trail Blazers in a massive trade no one saw coming. This move could instantly push the Warriors back into championship contention and send shockwaves through the entire Western Conference. Who is the star? What are the Warriors giving up? And how will this reshape their future with Steph Curry still leading the charge? You're not going to want to miss a second of this, because this trade could be the biggest NBA shocker of the year. What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Just when you thought the NBA trade market couldn't get any crazier, the Golden State Warriors have dropped an absolute bombshell that has fans, analysts, and players all losing their minds. A move so bold, so unexpected, it could shift the entire balance of power in the Western Conference. Multiple sources are now confirming that the Warriors are deep into talks, and shockingly close, to landing a $100 million star from the Portland Trail Blazers. And trust me, when you hear who it is and what it could mean for the future of Golden State, you're going to realize we are standing on the edge of a brand new NBA era. The Warriors have been plotting something big behind the scenes for weeks now. The front office knows time is ticking. Steph Curry is still playing like an MVP, but the window for championships is narrowing fast. They've tried tweaking around the edges with smaller moves, adding role players, relying on youth like Kuminga and Moody. But deep down, they knew it wasn't enough. If they really want to compete against the rising powers of the West, like the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, they needed a seismic addition. They needed a player who could carry a load offensively, create his own shot, and give Curry the help he desperately needs. And now, it looks like they've zeroed in on their man. The Trailblazers star being targeted by Golden State is none other than Anfernee Simons. That's right, the high-flying, electric scoring guard who has quietly blossomed into one of the league's most dynamic offensive weapons. He's coming off another incredible season where he averaged nearly 22 points per game, shooting a lethal 38% from deep, with the ability to break down defenses, finish at the rim, and make plays under pressure. Simons signed a 4-year, $100 million contract with the Blazers not long ago, but with Portland entering a full rebuild after trading away Damian Lillard, it's become clear that Simons could be pried away for the right price. And make no mistake, the Warriors are willing to pay that price. Insiders are saying the proposed deal would be massive. Golden State is reportedly willing to send Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, a future unprotected first-round pick, and possibly salary filler like Gary Payton II to match contracts. It's a huge haul, no doubt. Giving up young, promising talent is always risky. But when you have a chance to land a 24-year-old star just entering his prime, one who fits perfectly next to Curry, you have to swing big. Simons would immediately slide into a starting role alongside Steph, forming one of the deadliest backcourts in the NBA. Imagine defenses trying to contain both Curry and Simons on the perimeter, while also worrying about Klay Thompson spacing the floor, Draymond orchestrating from the elbow, and Looney cleaning up the boards. It's a nightmare matchup problem for any team. Simons' ability to create off the dribble would finally take the pressure off Curry to initiate every single possession, allowing Steph to move off the ball more, where he's at his most lethal. It's the kind of strategic shift that could add years to Curry's effectiveness and extend the Warriors' dynasty into a new chapter. But here's where it gets even crazier. Some sources are hinting that the Warriors aren't just stopping with Simons. There are rumblings that Golden State is eyeing a second, smaller move to shore up their depth even more, possibly targeting a veteran big man to solidify the bench. Names like Kelly Olynyk, Daniel Tice, and even a potential reunion with JaVale McGee have been floated as options. The idea is simple: go all in now, load up for one more monster run, and chase another banner while Steph is still Steph. Now, of course, a move like this isn't without risks. Giving up Kuminga, who showed flashes of star potential this season, could backfire if he blossoms into an all-star elsewhere. Moody, too, has been developing into a solid two-way player who could have anchored the Warriors' wing rotation for years to come. And future picks are always a gamble. If the Warriors collapse after this run, that pick could end up being extremely valuable. But the Warriors aren't thinking about 5 years from now. They're thinking about the next 2 years. They're thinking about maximizing Steph's greatness, about honoring Klay and Draymond's legacy, about putting another championship trophy in the Chase Center rafters. And let's talk about how Anfernee Simons fits the Warriors' culture. This is not just about numbers and talent. The Warriors have always prized high-character players, guys who fit into the selfless, team-first environment that Steve Kerr has built. Simons checks those boxes. He's been praised for his work ethic, his humility, his willingness to improve. He's spent years behind Damian Lillard, learning the nuances of being a professional, understanding what it takes to lead a team. He's hungry, he's motivated, and he's ready for the big stage. Playing alongside Curry, Thompson, and Green would only accelerate his growth and unlock levels of his game that we haven't even seen yet. And if you think the fans are excited, you should hear what's going on inside the Warriors' locker room. Players are reportedly buzzing about the possibility of adding Simons. Curry, in particular, is said to be a big fan of his game, recognizing the way Simons' skill set complements his own. Draymond Green, who's never shy about speaking his mind, has apparently given the move his full endorsement, seeing Simons as a guy who can not only score but also bring a much-needed spark of youth and athleticism. Meanwhile, over in Portland, it's a bittersweet situation. The Blazers' front office loves Simons, but they're realistic. They know they're not competing for a title anytime soon, and maximizing value for Simons now, while his stock is sky high, could accelerate their rebuild. Adding young players like Kuminga and Moody, plus a first-round pick, would give them an incredible foundation to build around Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe. It's the kind of win-win deal that rarely happens but makes too much sense for both sides to ignore. The NBA landscape is already bracing for the shockwaves this move would create. Imagine the Warriors entering next season with a starting five of Curry, Simons, Thompson, Green, and Looney, with a bench featuring Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, and maybe a veteran big man addition. That's terrifying. That's championship DNA mixed with youthful explosiveness and depth that few teams can match. Even the reigning champion Denver Nuggets would have their hands full trying to contain that. Of course, nothing's official yet. Talks are progressing quickly, but there's always a chance things could fall apart at the last minute. Other teams could swoop in with competing offers. Negotiations over protections on the draft pick, salary matching, and final player inclusions could still snag the deal. But make no mistake, the Warriors are serious. They're pushing hard. They know the stakes, and they're ready to bet big on their core one more time.